In this video we're going to be looking at ContePass system and just setting up a demo template pages directory and putting in some blocks. So let's log in now. Okay, so we logged in here. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to create a new directory for this project, and I'm going to call this directory trial. So we hit directory and we're going to call it trial, and we want to have access for everybody, so we're now going to save. Okay, so I have my new directory here, and one thing I want to create here is a template page that it's going to be using, and I've got the code already created, and I can see there's one called template test here, and this is the one I've set up. You can create it here. If I take a look at this, you'll see it just gives us a border with shadows and has the content tag here. This is what this basically communicates with Conte to include the content from that we're going to be adding on, setting it up. So if we save, so that's the template we want to use rather than just a plain white page. And so now we need to add a new page to our directory, and we're going to call it Test Me. And of course we don't want to forget the HTML at the end here, and then the user access. We want to allow access for everybody on this one, so I'm just going to the HTML, and we allow access for everybody. And we're going to use a template we just made a moment ago, template test, and then we're going to save. And if you note here, these content blocks now appear that I can now add to the page, whereas previously I couldn't. Until I'd saved the first page, I couldn't start adding content blocks. So if we look at the site as it stands at the moment, we just have this page here. This is the template we're using. So we've got the outline with the shadow, and then we're going to start adding content to it. So for our first content, let's have a welcome to our page. So we want to do an HTML block. So we click on HTML, and we're going to put in the content we want here. So I'm just going to quickly put something in, and then we'll come back to the video. Okay, so I've just got some content here. You can see we've just put some nonsense here, but we've got a header and a subheading, and I want to format this, so we're using the what you see is what you get, the editor we have here. And let's put this in the center of our page. So we're going to have a heading, and we're going to use to Homer, and we want to center it. And with the subheading again, we want to center that. We're going to use a smaller heading, and we're also going to use to Homer. Let's put it in the center. And then the actual writing content, we're going to have to Homer again. It's going to be a paragraph, and we'll have it on, let's move it across here. Let's make it a size 12 font. Okay, so that's that there. If we make, let me put this here in blue. And that's our first heading point. So let's save at this point so we can actually have a look at what we've done so far. So our page is saved, and if we have a look, here's our page so far, and you can see it's all inside the template that we had, and it's posting it as we wanted it. Now if we want to add more content like videos, audios, pictures, we can move on. Before I do that, I want to set up a couple of polls that I'm going to use in a bulletin for later. So let's hit polls.